Hello, and welcome to another episode of Articulate Thoughts. Today I'm going to be sharing the idea of the Second Renaissance. I'm sure I've shared this idea with many people in person, and I might have even shared it before on this channel. But I'm going to share it again because it's a reoccurring thought, and I feel it's really captivating my mind space a lot these days. But basically this idea of the second. So the Renaissance period happened in the 1400s and roughly kind of tapered off around 1600s. And it was this period of time where there was this amazing burst of creativity and innovation. So a lot of popular painters like Michelangelo or Leonardo da Vinci, they came out of this period called the Renaissance period. Now, what I think is important to know about the Renaissance period is shortly before that there was the Black Plague. The Black Plague happened somewhere in the mid 1300s and then transitioned into the Renaissance in the 1400s. And so I think there's this cycle where there's this global pandemic type of situation where there's a lot of death, a lot of suffering, a lot of hardships. And out of that period, there is a need for expression or a sense of purpose or a connection to divinity. And all that comes together, and this burst of creativity and innovation occurs in the human psyche. And it happens with a few individuals, but then it echoes throughout time. Because, even if you go to Italy today, you could go into an art gallery that has all this artwork and has billions of dollars worth of artwork on it, and you think about that, you're like, what's going on here? And it's like this human ingenuity, this human expression that has so much intrinsic value that we put upon it, and people travel from all around the world to look at these amazing works of art. I have never visited these locations myself or witnessed this art myself, but I understand the impact or the repercussions of all these things put together. And I feel we're in a period of time where that's being echoed. We have a global pandemic, there's a lot of hardship, a lot of suffering, and now we're, at least where I live, it seems like we're coming out of it. There's the restriction being lifted, and we're now able to do things that we weren't able to do before. And I feel like conscious dance is going to be a huge piece of this second Renaissance period. So it's happening again, and my brain is in the world of guitar playing. I spent a lot of time when I was in Mexico just looking up people who have channels and they play guitar or played drum covers and stuff like that. And it's so amazing, just people could take something and put their own twist and flavor into it and just create something completely brand new, or just something really fresh and just compelling, because it's so original and has the essence of that person's individuality in their piece. But this one particular artist, Tim Henson, he's a guitarist in a band called Polyphia, and I'm a really big fan of his, and he also has a YouTube channel, and he does these things where he answers questions, or he does tutorials. So he actually breaks down on how he came up with certain pieces, and it's just ingenious. He has this one video, he broke down this song called GOAT, greatest of all time, GOAT, and in that video he reveals that he actually was inspired by hip hop and rap heavily in that song. So he took the rhythm that he kept, he kind of made in his head, that was it was originally a rap, but then he played it on his guitar, and then he embellished all the notes with hammer-ons and pull-offs and slides and chords, and just made it really guitar-based piece. And then he put on a bunch of tones and different sound effects on top of it, and he came up with this brilliant piece. And then his other band members they threw in the bass and the guitars and the other drums, and when it all came together, it just became this amazing masterpiece. And if you listen to it, it's some next level of shit. So anyways, just a lot of innovation, a lot of creativity. And for me, it's, as a dance facilitator, it's very beautiful to put all these things together and put it on a playlist and see what comes out in people in terms of their form of expression. I'm really putting an honest effort to being innovative and doing different things in the dances and like the style of dance that I teach. And it's really amazing. Like there's these moments where I'll put in a track that I'm not exactly sure how it's gonna pan out, because it's not like a dancey track, or it's not like something that other facilitators would use. But I think it's like why I do it is like those like risky moments, and when it kind of comes together and people are into it and they're really expressing themselves in a way that's can't put words in it. If you like just being in the room and experiencing it and like moving with it and being in that nebulous soup of energy with that piece of music that I heard on my own, alone in my room, it's like, hey, this might be a good idea to put this in there. It's just a fantastic feeling. So, anyways, I think I'm just gonna leave it at that. But in terms of the second Renaissance, this is a time for me. I feel like it's like the golden hour that I've been talking about for many years, where conscious dance is gonna explode. It's gonna be what yoga was like 50 years ago. It's weird because like you just try to explain it to someone, and they'll be like, okay, they have a pretty good idea, but it's not until they get into the room and they experience it for themselves that they really understand the effects. And like, honestly, like for me, this is like medicine. This is something that could really help people in a lot of ways, just like psychic, like emotionally and mentally, and being part of a group together, and like being physically with your body, giving yourself the time and attention to pay attention to your body and ask, hey, what are you feeling? What do you need? And giving that thing to your body. It's like that in itself is like so amazingly healing. But to also be in a room there with a bunch of people that are doing the same thing with the same intention, and these groups of people, they're like, it's like such a wide variety of like ages and different backgrounds and like genders. Like it's a really amazing community. So it is my pleasure and honor to be doing this work at this time, and I wanted to do more and more of it. I'm going to be offering a workshop called the Conscious Dance 101, which will be targeted to a demographic that's not necessarily in the conscious dance community, but people that are kind of like maybe like yoga practitioners, or different levels of athletes, where they have some kind of familiarity with their body, and have a wish to expand that into the realm of dance. So I'll give more information about that on a later time. But yeah, if you want to get involved in what I'm doing, I'm offering classes every Sunday between 10:30 and 12 at Evolve Movement Arts in Calgary. And then there's also a spot on Tuesdays where I'm on a rotating roster. But I'm there on Tuesdays because I always help set up and take down, so I'll be there no matter what. So if you do want to participate, there's a lot of opportunities. Just reach out to me, send an email, or send a message on Facebook. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you on the dance floor soon.